I'm going to go 2-1 to ENCE, just to be a little bit spicy about things. Pistols are live as Saw take to the final match of their Swiss campaign. Zulu stands up towards the tree. Julie stand by against Kaspersky first and foremost. It's Knighty that draws that first blood, and Poddy overwhelms Agil quick. 5-on-3 with the A site established for a post plant.
They're trying to see if they can get the bomb plant open for CT. Muteris is getting pressure against him because the T's aren't slowing down.
Knighty is just trying to see if he can take a little bit of red access and control. It's not quite the bomb plant as of yet, but they've got plenty of time to do so. Eventually they do put it down. Muter is trying to strike alongside Story. Both players fall. C drops in a 1-on-5. Julie's backed up towards Pit with no chance to break back into a retake. It will be ENCE taking the pistol at map 1.
Glaive is going to spot those Julies out there in mid, so no chance that C-Drop can find anything out of it. ENCE just got clean entries towards that A bomb site. The Julies up in tree was struggling to find impact. Azuru ends up getting dropped and the bomb site gets crushed. Saw have to look at either force spying or keeping it as a full eco.
Get set if they manage to pull it off here against ENCE, and they've got the majority of players over towards that B bomb, so it's seemingly another fast A play in. Knighty to lead them. Story Scout will be the first port of call. Saw will rotate just as quickly back to it, but the Scout player is smoked off. Good no-scope shot on Knighty, lands a tag. The kill goes the way of ENCE.
Yeah, the spams are coming in to do a lot of damage. It's just pure chaos here from Saw.
Zulu takes one, SDY trades it right back. A little bit low HP across the three players here for the T-side line, so Muteris can swing in, get a kill. Glaive forced to respond. Kaspersky goes down. Another 2 versus 2 is established. Very chaotic start as it was in the last series as well. Glaive backs off. Knighty on site with 26 points of HP. Tap bomb gets tapped once, and Agil takes that trade back. Flash is sent right towards the captain, who can't see anything. He's got to fight from range on this SMG. The Galil in play for C-Dot's going to have a range advantage. And the defuse being held. 10 seconds on that clock. 5 seconds to the defuse itself. Glaive needs to prioritize his kills. He's run out of ammo. The clock is pulled, and he just gets his man a hair within the margin, and ENCE take 2. Upgrades available to them at least. Seeing of these Deagles and 5-7 catching players off guard. Expensive round in the last 4. The likes of ENCE and Agil will make it expensive as well out of Donut. The trade of Knighty keep it at a 3-on-3, and the 2 tacked up players alongside Talon 1-taps as well. And this one should start to fall apart from Saw. One more pick would be nice. And it does come through from Muteris, so there you go. Another expensive round for ENCE.
And they'll be very happy with what's coming on here. Knighty seeing the last player of Muteris out there towards red. And that bomb is going to be able to get out there safely, even get the kill.
Going to be a key possibility. One of those advantages of not playing so many officials. Get a chance to really refine tactics and strategy. It's tactics and strategy going well for ENCE and their placement and kills. Kaspersky Knighty getting their first couple of picks. The Mac 10 is taken out towards Shelf, so it's a 4 versus 3, still favourable for ENCE here. Zuru tagged up by a HE, sent down towards that CT entry. The bomb back up over at Temple as well. Knighty, better be careful not to lose it. One taps in, SDY strikes back from mid, removes Agil, sees Muteris. I'll be trying to dealt with on the part of the T-side line. And now know where both CTs are. Zuru does get picked up, and the second player also goes down at the same. 4-0 Saw. Still yet to start. Half-ball SMGs for Saw. Probably maybe feeling that this loss streak is getting a bit old for their own part. Zuru wants to try and change that and does get away with a kill on Glaive. Low HP against Kaspersky, though. It's an easy enough trade for the rifler. Senior also trying to prod forward, as is Agil towards A main. I don't think Knighty is ready for this. So focused onto that shelf position. Now checks it and does lose his life. That's one pick. SDY gives him another 1v1, and suddenly the steal is on the table.
Yeah, Kaspersky needs to get this close range duel against the MP9 on B, but doesn't know about the swing player at the back bomb. You've got Story with the P250. Should be able to at least get one.
Focuses on the high HP player though. 2v2 established, but an AK is picked up by Agil. C-Jot's closing in. Kaspersky is solo. Poddy needs to turn his attention towards Rambi. He has no idea that he's in danger. It's all Kaspersky now. The young Pole back lines of the bomb site, the Molotov sent in towards that smoke. I don't think that was intentional for Agil. Swing forward with C-Jot. Kaspersky doesn't get the kill. Too much of a HP difference, and Saw will find a half by steal. Their first goes up on the CT side.
And come round 6, it's a prod. It's a scale from ramp. You've got the AWP searching and a teammate right behind it.
Kaspersky getting trapped up upon. Still not able to deal with Azuru's aggression. Knighty can trade him back at least. Poddy's low. Sneejo's getting tagged up bit by bit, but they need a man advantage here. Man it on the clock to gain it. 30 seconds. Smoke's come down. It's all about the A-Rap, and the footsteps will get heard, so Sora on the way back in. Can SDY cut rotations? Yes, he can. Muturis shut down. A-Gil towards main. Trying to pick his moment right. He gets one kill, transfers that spray on a 2. Poddy and low HP. Claims doesn't know where to look. He can't plant on the backside, and Story can pick him up. The match play comes close. SDY can frag on 1, but no time to get the other 2. A-Gil will just hide, and SDY may well die after time and all. Grabs a rifle, keeps himself hidden.
It's a difficult position to try and clear when you're worried about the CT rotates coming through from spawn, so great work from A-Gil.
Muturis can follow up on the next round opening. SDY. I'm going to find any impact to his save weapon. Spersky really quickly picks it right back up and tries to bring it in with the main force over towards A main. Story quickly frags him to return, so really finding nothing in this round, ENCE.
Yeah, ENCE have just got to try and set up the AK, even though there's no armor, for just 1 kill. They've got a little bit of a boost at the back of A main. If Story overextends, then he will get dropped, and that's exactly what happens.
Now found for Night, who's going to get boosted up as well towards Tree. No one's there to watch the bomb site directly. Flashbang in against them. The temple creep from Azuwu sees one, reveals his position. Does get a kill in the end, and there you go, Muturis. Get the last couple in as well, so Saw. Not able to get anything else. See, Jot gets taken down by a sandwich play. SDY just lurking out mid. And the tap, sees 2. Shoulder baits, tempting to force him into a fight he can't win. Needs to back away to maintain his own life, but they'll know now this is going to be a depop because the rest of the T-side forces are making their moves in. Azuwu does take Poddy down. It's 4 versus 4. HG is doing decent damage, but he don't take the man. It's going to have to force a fight from Kasperski. He gets 2 kills. A-Gil almost gives him a 3rd. The missed bullets and the quick trade turned him into a double of his own. Glaive stops it from being a triple. It's Story on the retake. Hit and play. No smoke, no flash, no molly, no HG, no util. Playing slow and careful, unscoped onto the bomb. Taps it, holds it, swing from SDY. Slowly but surely creeps up the 5th. ENCE may well be a little bit of a way off from achieving similar excellence, but Major would be a start with them. Spersky charges up towards mid. He gets so much control away. No resistance from Saul, who's back away behind those smokes. Swinging from SDY, baits out the AWP. A bit of a wide face, but he doesn't go down regardless. Zulu again aggressive towards ramp, flashed in. They do not get affected on ENCE.
Zulu has been trying these aggressive plays towards ramp quite frequently in the first half. I mean, Terrace had been caught off by SDY previously on those later lurks, so watching out for it. Orp v Orp duel though for Story. All about timing. The frame looks pretty good against Poddy, and he gets the shot off.
Wonderful kill. Vantage tips back the way of Saw. 2 men still on the B side defensive. That AWP. And that's M4 from Seejo, who starts backing off towards the back lines just in case. A little bit of noise being made, but ENCE have gone also quiet.
Yeah, this is a good sightline for an AWPer. The only way that you get pushed and kind of pulled away from the position is if a molly goes down to the back of default and into the cave entrance. Seejot to the back of long, can peek on a contact. He's got smoked, so the best that he'll be able to do is spam.
Engagement from Seejot gets a kill and a half. SDY is finished off by A-Gil. There's Glaive all alone, a 1v3. Bomb dropped inside of Ramp. I have to go back and get that in some capacity. So little time to work with, though. The Orbs watching it still gets picked up by the captain. Veterancy out of him as he gets A-Gil next up. 2 kills found, 1 more to go. It's vet on vet action. Glaive does not know when Muturis coming from. Got to prioritize that bomb plant, though. 10 seconds to the clock. Taps it. Muturis gives him what he wants, Saw, but he's a hair off the accuracy, and he will not convert upon the clutch. Now Saw will look to try surge ahead. They can still do 7-5 at the turn of the half. Oh, but Kaspersky, even with a deagle in hand, wants to try his hand and getting something more out of it. Shot to the first. And then goes ahead and grabs that automatic, the SMG, the MP9 that was dropped by Seejot. Something to play with now for ENCE.
It's been Story pretty consistently getting these picks on the boost up. And Naitu is trying to get up there, give him a bit of a jiggle. The Story is looking quite strong out on B, and it's surprising how much he's on B.
Smokes down Glaive. I think he made noise there in mid, so that's drawing attention away from the main T-side force. A-Gil's going to try and get ahead of this smoke regardless to try to shut him down. Jumping MP9 gets very little in that exchange. They do run him out of the bomb site, so they can try and secure a plant from here. That donut play is still a concern though. Muturis makes himself known. SDY gets through one. Kaspersky's Deagle strikes back as well. Muturis being distracted. He needs to get his kill back in real quick. The Galil, the FAMAS rather, forces forward, and just like that, it's all over. A-Gil backs off. And Saw will take this round number 5. ENCE at least hold the AWP for the next one. Everybody is out. Sees where Zulu is. That's a very awkward duel. Flashbang to force him back. And still having their heart set on the A site. In the meantime, you can see that red play starting to move. Muturis is finally going to get caught by Kaspersky. A-Gill fighting from SDY at range. SDY comes out a lot worse for wear. Story's picked up in the meantime. SDY may well buy some rotation. There's 30 seconds on the clock, though. The bomb's still back in spawn. It might have to be the A commitment right now. They're rotating away Kaspersky. Good burst onto Azuwu. And now the safer play will get called. And
nicely done from ENCE in the mid-round. Just having that understanding of giving map control, giving space away from Saw and punishing on timings. Sejot and A-Gill, unfortunately, and the buy's just going to look terrible for the last of the half.
A-Gill low, Sejot lower. Positioning himself right, Kaspersky should fall pretty quickly as well to this engagement. Down and out quick, M4 swings, Naitu gets him, Sejot shouldn't last long himself. They're closing in. On the corner they look to go. Man, Scene does take Naitu back and should protect himself just about. I'm going to go back for that AK, it's too risky. Whee. Fast play out from ENCE, 5-7 a story, nothing gained. Kaspersky swings, Muturis will take the trade, A-Gill's close as well. Back off for it, Molotov's keeping him away behind those smokes. The safer plant is considered by Naitu. All 4 players coming in from Donut at the moment. They're going to start spreading out and get their way back towards red. Open plant for Donut eventually will come down without contention.
There's still so much more util for ENCE to work with. Just drop those smokes, drop those mollies.
Body, Glaive, Naitu, kills, pistols, getting very little out of this one. Even Azu's getting brought to the table because Naitu wants style points out of it. He's punished a little bit by A-Gill, but even if he does get that one frag, it means very little in terms of things. HE is coming in, flashes at the ready. Got many more pieces of utility to block him away, and SDY is going to be credited with that final kill of the half. It's a 7-5 half of that for ENCE.
A bit of a concern of the lack of performance from Sejot, considering some of the positions that he was in. I mean, Cave City side need to be an impactful player, and you end the half with just 4. Now, he's come off the back of a pretty good best of 3. When he was up against Gamer Legion,
Saw making their way in towards main. Smoke start coming down. Glaive spots, taps, trying to get that opening engagement to his favour, but he can't quite seem to spot on SDY. Falls back. Sejot drives him back with a little bit of utility damage. On plant will not quite get secured just yet, but eventually it will do so. Saw driving, ends out the bomb site. Good read from Kaspersky, but not enough accuracy to get that kill.
Saw used all of the util to get into the post plant, so they've got nothing left. It's going to have to be dry jewels from this point onwards.
Glaive swings in as Sejot turns his back towards the CT entrance to look towards Donut. Story now moving with A-Gill and Azulu to look down at that temple entrance. Good headshots in from the PC. Continue the secondary kill when he gets it. Kaspersky finally trades 1v2 now for A-Gill. 1v1 as he gets Kaspersky. Glaive giving chase. He's being drawn away from the bomb site though. It's no ammo left in the bullets. And same thing for Glaive. He can't finish the job. And Saw will take the pistol.
Just time stalling there from A-Gill. This has been a player that has gone from putting up numbers to now putting up rounds.
A-Gill. AK watching for Donut, a scout, a potty, set to receive. Mutual forward, runs into the firing squad, loses his life. A-Gill trades the 1-man, sees the next 2, can't quite tap them. Ends back away. Meanwhile, Kaspersky, close range fight against the Mat 10, losing it to Sejot. Glaive. Now the only man that defends B bomb site has got plenty more incoming. Seeing one player, Azulu, engaged upon. Great kill on the first man. Swing to the second. A-Gill trades it back. It's going to be a 3-on-2 instead. Potty, blind shots get nothing. Blind sprays do not catch the bomb carrier. I think Story's behind the totem. Either way, it's a bomb down. A very little chance of a retake.
SDY needs to try and get a kill, but the problem is he keeps getting smoked off, so it has to be a save, really. A good adaptation for the T side. As soon as they realize it's heavy Donut, just instantly try and regroup the troops and get them into B. Glaive was just completely alone. He tried everything to stay alive and do damage. And running out of time, the exit frags aren't even producing kills. It's just low HP players. The Potty doesn't even get that final shot off, so it's going to be a tied-up scoreline. ENCE won't have much upgrades come this next eco, and Saw will be very happy with how these beginning rounds have started in the second half.
Sejot, first man forward. Glaive also aggressive. Story is ready for him. Peeks up, straight headshot. Adjustment to the advantage of Saw.
Good opening kill from Story. Now, he might not have many kills, Jay, but what we have seen in both the first half and the second half is how good his opening attempts have been. Those 5v4s do make a big difference, even if you're not multi-fragging. Kaspersky trying to fall back. You've got the mid players that have just been smoked off in Red Room. Saw can just start scaling out elbow.
Interest combining with Story to get 2 more picks out of mid control. Story with a double. Even if his numbers may be low, that's 10 kills of impact in this map. A 3-man advantage that ENCE have been unable to trade now. Both players are separated from each other. Poddy here at red can only do so much to hold on to mid. Kaspersky back of the B-bomb side in the long sees. 1 peek in C-Drop will get picked up for it, but 7 points of health for him now. They can overwhelm him with a numbers game.
Yeah, this should be another save call in Poddy. It feels that he's pretty often had good weapons, but just never been in positions where he can generate some sort of kills, a bit of a play, create magic. A 3 and 10 is a bit of an embarrassment, really. You expect a hell of a lot more from him.
Might go down right here. More kill to defend yourself, and he does get it. Only just about, though. Just to really set the pace for exactly, exactly how underperforming this has been from Poddy. Just take a look at the rest of the team. The next man up from him is Glaive at 10 kills. Stark contrast, significant difference. The impact that's lacking in just this one player spread out across his teammates. Meanwhile, on the other side of the board, only a couple of players are really getting going with the impact on Source part of things. Just barely saying I like to probably do there. Story's AWP still around right there for him. It's Agil at 22 kills at the moment in time as well.
At least he got to play at Copenhagen. At least he got one major with him.
He got that one. That's the stage at IEM Cologne at the moment I don't think he's ever going to forget. Long time coming for those 2 players. Maybe Muturis can go a little bit further. A few more younger elements beside him. C-Jot, one of them, has found the opening frag of this round. Saw doing very well at picking apart ENCE's positions as C-Jot gets another kill out of it, sacrificing Azubu to do so. 12 points of health. Blind Sprays comes back. It gives his position up, and Knights who can take the trade.
Yeah, ENCE are in a state where it's just constant passiveness in the mid-round. We haven't seen that many info plays from them. We haven't seen the high tempo. And it's giving a lot of respect to the default. Muteris takes cave control quite easily. And they can keep walking forward.
Smoked off at long. They will get the breathing room to plant the bomb. The 3rd man, Poddy, on the rotation in. This walk. Well placed there from Knights, who's part, but he's a little bit late to deny that bomb. Not in the right position to do so either.
And now it's just about timing on whether we create a chance for the retake. Yeah, getting stalled out by the util, and now Muteris is just going to play time at the back of default. Should be peeking on Agil's contact.
While watching the backstab, but Nunn's coming in. Great HE onto him. Flash sent his teammates forward. Damage being done to that wall bang, so he's taking even more. So SDY to check for him, gets that kill on a kill, but Muteris and Story take the quick trades back as they swing towards. And Poddy, he's out of time in a 1v2 when he knows that he's going to get covered off from his entry position. He falls back to save. Saw will take number 10 on the T side.
And we were discussing earlier in the last best of 3, Jay, about sort of the Lollipop 21k being known as...
Saw trying to work their way back up to qualifying position. Right away back into the lead. What a shot from Muteris. SMG and Glaive can trade back, but he's fully blinded by Story's flashbang. Azul to get that kill back in. Kaspersky trades back his captain's demise, but gives himself up to Agil, who almost gets Poddy as well. Knight who strikes in mid in the meantime, so it's Story alone now. A 1v2. He's had some stellar shots today, and he will get given the B site access. A bomb plant can be secured from here.
He's got to expect that Poddy had fallen back defensively at short or into cave. And get that bomb down. They should double up. Now he knows that Naitu's out from mid. Does he get the read that they're coming double shelfing on the back lines?
Up scoped in, no idea of Poddy. Swings up for the spray and makes it easy. Story looking the wrong way at the wrong time. Didn't even anticipate it. Stay 8 on the board on the AWP. Forward. That naval smoke. Siege plays. He struggles to get Azubu, but Azubu's so low, and the man gets out of the way. Meanwhile, SDY to strike in from mid. 2 players peek towards Poddy, who whiffs his flick. It's a man advantage taken by Saw. ENCE falling apart at the seams, it seems. Naitu forces the issue forward, and with Kaspersky's extra support, Muteris going down as a result. It's Azubu all alone. A 1v2 for him.
And we saw, because the red room smoke was missed there from Saw, ENCE try and capitalize on holding mid aggressively. Zuru's got a chance of isolating these duels. He knows that Glaive was towards red room, so he's got that in the back of his mind at least.
Where did he reposition to? Did he go back to mid? Did he go back to B-bomb site? Back will be turned towards Azubu for now. This is all a timing game. And Glaive has caught the right moment to look out towards the B doors, to receive the contact, to receive the kill, and receive the round with it.
A bit of redemption after Glaive misses that 1v3 attempt in the first half.
Welcome back. Thanks for staying with us. We're ready to get into the rest of this matchup. ENCE currently behind by a single round over Saw in the lead on the T side. Let's get straight into proceedings and see whether ENCE can finally close the gap that they've been working so hard to do. Azuu strikes first, Glaive body answer back in a fast-paced round in from the Saw side, but they are able to get dealt with. 3v3 Muturis evades that nade, but cut off between two CT forces. That HE comes forward. It doesn't land close towards the man. They're forced to fight more directly, and Muturis gets a lot more out of it than he's expecting to. Polly picked up another massive whiff from the man. Finally, they deal with the veteran, but they brought out a 2 versus 2 on Saw. A bomb going down that B-bomb site. A kill. Sprayed back by Glaive. Story now revealed towards him. Naitu's going to make his way up quick. The retake is on.
It looked as if Agil was trying to play anti-flash, but instead he just looks like a fool. Glaive walks through the smoke. That Khalil should be winning that fight every day of the week.
AK watching. They move to the right-hand side. SMG in range goes down. Naitu still wins the fight. A top fragger once again for his team, showing up when they need him most. Those two teams biting for their 2-0s and their spots in the playoffs. Naitu takes a spot right in the face of C-Drop, but Mac-10 gets to him at point blank. Kaspersky trying to take map control away from Saw, sneaking through that B door. May set up a big old flank if he gets enough time to it. Bomb seen and sprayed. Kaspersky, an all-important frag, dips in for a second, but does get picked up. Story and Seedra are now tagged, but so are the remaining 3 players of ENCE.
What Azuu is doing now, which is very strong, is taking map control back away from lane. So this is allowing a free path for the bomb to go back over. And you've got Agil that could potentially be a late lurk on A. ENCE are going to try and group together. Now, they might trap the bomb in this B doors area if they time it right from top of shelf.
Will they expect Azuu to be in a cheater, though? Swing to check. Story's been seen. Burst of SDY. Gets the tag, not the frag. Flashbang shang right towards him. No, gives Azuu a chance to strike. Poddy can take one trade. Agil comes in with the flank. It's all on Glaive now. And he's ready to receive them over on the A side. The smoke's back at red. They're looking to counter-rotate right into him. Got HP advantage over 2 of them. Agil is not one, but he falls anyway. And that kill sends the bomb right back. Story in a red. Glaive, is he ready for this? No, he pulls the knife out at the worst moment. And Story gets him. Saw. Behind smoke, CTs are going to play right here. It's actually Glaive that tries to take the map control away. The SMG in his hands as he takes lane. Saw forced back away from that position. The AK of Agil looking to engage against the pistol player close. Meanwhile, on the A-bomb site, SDY got a lot of pressure against him. Molotov sent. Story check, quick swing and kill. Polly found a train in the meantime, but the A site has fallen into Saw hands.
And Naitu needs to try and strike, but he's got to be careful about creating an opening death. They need as many bodies as possible in on this retake, and what they don't know about is Seejot's late lurk. Watch out for that towards Red Room and Spawn.
No kits for the CT side, and options running out as they get closed in on Azuu. Good for a kill. Kaspersky trades, doubles up as Poddy falls in the meanwhile. 2v2, Muturis is low, but Seejot strikes. He closes in the pincers. Naitu's kept them all low HP, but he cannot deal with the range game with the captain. Saw on 12, map points. ENCE is picking the series. Like you said earlier, Train is a hollow void. No one knows what's going to happen on that map. Least of all these 2 squads, Muturis does know that he's 4 frags away from claiming the first map in the series, the first pick found on Naitu, the all-important top fragger, although those numbers starting to get tested by Kaspersky. Smokes towards 2 entries, Molotov on Kaspersky's position. Driving back into the open, HG to try to open up a part of the smoke, counter flash coming in. Kaspersky just about just towards Zulu, gets back towards this wood wall and backs away from the attempted spray from the AK of Muturis. He'll dish out some damage, but it remains at a 4v4 for now. The CT is hoping to lunge forward, but Saw stalled.
Glaive is waiting to see if there's more scale up from ramp. Now Poddy's starting to press into A main. SDY's got a great smoke to try and block them out in ramp.
20 seconds on the clock, and they're going to have to push through it. I think it landed a bit too shallow, though. Gives him a bit of breathing room. Seejot starts walking. Muturis continues spraying. 2 seen. SMG goes to right, but Glaive provides support, and Poddy can get a kill in of his own right. Spory's mowed through, and ENCE stay alive. One last chance to go to overtime. We'll play the full regulation matchup. And they go completely quiet without much resistance. We're all the way through that smoke. Perhaps Poddy is lying in wait to receive them with an AK at range, and he has been disappointing in this map. 10 kills, only recently hit. The Story first turns up a decent frag and now sees what's coming. SDY next to Task. He gets damage done, but damage is returned all the same. Counter flash against them. Catches so many players blinded, but CJOT still gets his kill in. Naitu stands alone on the bomb site, taking back the top frag position with that latest frag. Falls back towards the big box. That bomb still outside of CT spawn. Agil known towards red to engage one rotator of Glaive, who's going to get caught off. There's all individual players of the CT forces. Kaspersky backs away towards the B bomb site. Saw are giving chase for a counter rotation. Agil is just found. Nighty found another pick in the meantime. And Kaspersky will close it. 24 frags for the Pole and the Frenchman respectively. And we will go to overtime.
Just a bit of hesitation there from Saw.
Saw. And a touch more confidence as ENCE try and surge ahead. And Naitu, he's feeling it once again. Straight into the shell position. That run boost giving him the kill on CJOT. Gets away relatively tag damage free as well. 90 HP, so little done.
And SDY was just maintaining that aggressive sightline in mid to make sure they don't pop out elbow on a timing man advantage, and they're still going aggressive. Azuru out here towards the cubby, gets away with one, but he's got no players in terms of a trading position, so it's him and him alone.
Naitu wants to hunt him, he takes his second frag. AK available to the CT side now. And aggression of SDY will receive nothing. Shoulder peeks, hearing them come in. Incendiary blocks them out of the bomb site for now.
Yeah, SDY can be the late player. I think this is where Poddy hard baits himself, takes all the attention away, and then after he falls, that's when SDY can come out and either deny the bomb or play the retake.
Back down on Naitu, continues to come forward. Flashbang, well placed, but only blinds off the backline. Orpa of Story. Now need to get SDY in with support on the bomb site. Naitu's continuing to close in. Glaives also on a slow rotation. They've got time to against them. Tap once. HE to bomb site. That does get Muturis. Glaive is picked up for it. Agil watching. SDY hungers the backline. Saw they're considering a rotation at the last second. No. They keep that bomb to position. Story's call as Naitu closes in the pincers ever so slowly. A triple for him in the round. Saw fast into the B rush. You thought it might come in during that last round, but it comes out now in OT. Muturis cut down first. Glaive with that pick back falls away from contact. Expecting there to be some sort of long aggression. Instead, it's Naitu that creeps at the back line once again. Story is picked up. He's on 28 frags. Molotov away. He peeks forward of it. He's going to go engage. CJOT's not ready. And now there's a player in the back. SDY to close. Naitu with balls of steel to 30 bomb the 14th frag.
Oh, Naitu is having a matchup of confidence. Only averaging a 1.04 rating on this map in the last 3 months is not a clear example of how well he's playing right now. Look at that tap down on the ramp player, and then just the idea to push through the incendiary to keep the running going.
Saw didn't expect it.
But they just need a block on B, because this wraparound in A main is clearing a lot of info.
CJOT gets a pick up on Poddy, the Orpa caught utility in his hand. Naitu another strike back though. SDY in the back lane. Zulu going to swing him, and the AK gets the frag with the CT side. Can't get the second though on the bomb site. They're still playing a man up here, ENCE, and Kaspersky is picked up by CJOT. Naitu next to Task, and CJOT doubles in. A triple found for him. Is this his round to rule? Agil back will be turned towards Glaive. The IGL gets involved. SDY gets traded back. So now it's all to another clutch on the captain. He tried once to go close on this B bomb site in regulation in the early portions of the matchup. And Incendiary forcing Story into the open, and Glaive's flick right to his head. A bullet between the eyes that puts ENCE on map point.
That's an awful post plant from Saw. They know that Glaive is out there towards ramp because of the contact that came in at B doors.
Muturis strikes first. SDY caught. Kaspersky swings, and CJOT goes down in trade. It's low HP for him though. Smoke towards Muturis, still got a Zulu sent to the bomb site. Oh, Naitu's just seen him and doesn't get the kill off. Low HP to the Brit. Muturis there with bonus support. Poddy going to try and get a trade, he still struggles. And Muturis holds solid in the back with a triple to his name. And Saw can start in overtime.
A bit of missed util. You've got a long smoke that went way too deep, and it means that you can just get on the front side of it really easily.
SDY give him what he wants. Does he give him that peek and pick? Glaive right behind him. Shoulder bait. Let's force him out. Swing towards Muturis, who's just barely able to stay alive in that one. Back to way. Glaive can't get the trade. The Orpa now to take control. Poddy unscopes at the wrong moment. 30 seconds. Enter the focus on their hit now.
It's all over the place. Agil can drop this bomb in a really awkward position in A main.
Naitu and Kaspersky moving up. Kaspersky gonna get caught off guard. The Frenchman gonna try hunting back though. Agil's back will be turned towards that main entrance. Look towards the Orpa as Story connects. Muturis follows up. Glaive's alone, and another clutch coming in from Donor. Bombs in the open. Not enough time to pick it up and plant it. And Story connects in the open. It's 14 for Saw. Story, shot missed. Engaged by Knight, who takes him back. He started well, an opening frag at last for his side. Kaspersky looking for a fight on Azuru as well, but Azuru trades in. Started to win this one pretty consistently. Back up on the T side, unable to return the favor. Glaive cannot get the trade.
This should be an A-lane. Should all commit donut together.
Zuru just missed the timing on Poddy. As is Muturis, they move on red. Could backstab against them though. Muturis move to position. They're slow walking their way forward of this. Seedrop now swings to see what's going on. The AWP of Eagle gets caught off. SDY is in trouble as is played. SDY checks it and he transfers towards Azuru as well. Muturis couldn't finish the job and Naitu will do so instead. Appropriate that he's the man to close at 16-14. ENCE will take Ancient.
And there is no denying that Naitu was not only a key figure, but one of the very large winning conditions for ENCE to try and get it back. Even starting the pistol, you've got what? Bare util for Muturis, you've got a single smoke, another flash, Kaspersky going aggressive to try and get into pop, and the Brown Halls players are doing the same out on B. This is a convergence of pace from the CTs.
SDY spotted one player out towards Ivy, swinging a miss on both of those engagements here. You've got CTs moving all sorts of Brown Halls control. SDY does get picked up first and foremost. Story kicks things off for Saw.
Yeah, so the CTs have been able to take all of the map space in Brown Halls, which means they can come down pop quickly. Glaive is going to see that bomb and he's going to see mass players around him.
Kaspersky's aggression finally gets punished a little bit by Agil. He's tagged low, but even so, he's able to stay alive here. ENCE hunting around the corners, finally gets his pick in. Meanwhile, the A executions come out from the Source side, so backstab will look to lock in. Azuru's there to deal with the man, so Kaspersky will drop. Seedrop will get that bomb plant in. It's Poddy and Naitu to retake A.
So it comes to SDY making a big individual mistake of trying to fade that Ivy smoke, and rather than giving the space and giving the respect, he tried to get on the other side of it, and that's when he was punished. And Poddy gets goosed in the process, so Naitu's basically got no chance at this. Might as well save onto the armor and force buy in the next round.
This will be Saw with a pistol win, much like it was on the second half of the other map. The T side of both maps, in fact. Pistols won by...
Saw have got quite a lot of players starting off out towards the T-con area, two in towards the Brown Halls with the rifle to follow. The anti-rush util of the HE is going to do no damage because it's not quick and accelerated from Saw.
Kaspersky, the Eagles don't connect onto A-Gill, dish out the damage, eventually he will fall. 5-7 and SMG if Naitu sneaks up, get those 2 kills in. ENCE may still be on for the steal here, it's a 5-on-3.
Well, it's similar to what they did on the pistol, except this time around there's more T-side presence, which means they can actually get contacts. Walking up even further, Naitu drops Muturis. This is an awful anti-force buy. Story and Azuru have just got no chance of recovering a 2v5.
It's the last smoke that I have on ENCE, so as soon as it clears, it will be open T-con season. The 2 players are watching. The 5-7 tagging. Story so low. 90 HP done in that one exchange. Poddy still waiting. The Molotov will burn Story. Azulu trades on one, adjusts towards the second, but he continues to burn to that deeper molly. 2 HP for the man. Incendiary is going to get him. No. Naitu jump facing. Get the frag he's looking for. ENCE. Evan may be a concern. Knight's just going to start checking for it now. The Molotovs, Incendiary, particularly from SDY. Bounce up and out, swing in, kill for the Dink, not quite the casualty. SDY got it back to the back lines, gets one quick burst on for the Galil. The AK of Seedrop trades it. It's a 3-on-3. Post plants coming in, although they're taking map control away. They're running forward to Seedrop's path. Fingers finds Kaspersky, aware that Poddy's somewhere in a Z. Further util down on Glaive. He does find a decent fight on Story, aware of how close the pole may be, and he's looking for Poddy. Close range, pistols, pull. Tech9 is so wary of a backstab. The Seedrop closer in a very different position. Poddy finds him. Now it's all Azuru. The British edition. Held back from Cap 1 Glaive, looking for him. Poddy at range is found. Glaive will dish out some damage, try hunt him in the end. He's got a kit available, so time with him. But Azuru runs out of ammo, and Glaive with patience on 1 point of health holds the round together for ENCE.
Oh, that's a big whiff. That's a big moment missed there for Azuru.
Poddy shot on A-Gill, consistently getting opening frags now. The one-bar combo of Naitu in Brown Halls finds Seedrop as well.
Oh, they're choking, Jay. You can see it early in this second map now.
ENCE continue to move up in trajectory of performance. Saw, on the other hand, just can't seem to get a grip on situations here. They took a risk on this map.
Even Inferno gets picked quite a lot. You think about Dust 2, Anubis, right here on train. Naitu down on the B bomb site, up against the ramp players, spots the bomb and spots both, so Glaive should be able to at least get one, struggling because of the jiggle, and now there's actually a bit of a chance in the round for Saw.
Okay, miracle moments. Incendiary nearly cost Poddy his life. HE's back. Engagement from Kaspersky gets Muturis. Story needs a full-blown ace right here. 1v3, not going to happen. SDY cuts him down, and ENCE indeed do take 5.
And you wonder what preparation Golden's been able to do to get the team ready for the day, because I was quite surprised about that move. A lot of people were sort of backing Berry, seemed as if he was there for the long run, and instead he gets kicked and Golden comes in. This is a player that has played... He's someone that's played at 3 majors in the past. I remember when he even got top 8 at Boston with Fnatic, playing with Crims, and they're not trading the jewels that should be getting traded. The numbers are low. No one is generating impact at the moment.
Muturis finding a response on the up bomb site. Kaspersky just barely gets away with the trade frag. Poddy trades back on Story's response. It's a Zulu in another clutch. A 1v3. Knows where Poddy is. Can't get Glaive though. New generation has been a key talking point throughout the course of this RMR. Thinking about the teams that have qualified to the major already. OG instead of Academy players. Heroic have Akora players that have also been up there, but some new elements in the Liga. I think rookies, and this rookie right here of Naitu is just ripping everyone he sees. Charge forward, headbutts the opposition, and Cjot and Agil. I just don't even know what you do at this point. Like, they are just winning every fight. He is winning every fight right now.
ENCE are all over them, and this is Saw completely crumbling right now. They're not adapting to the aggressive moves. They're not trading the jewels that should be getting traded. The numbers are low. No one is generating impact at the moment.
Muturis finding a response on the up bomb site. Kaspersky just barely gets away with the trade frag. Poddy trades back on Story's response. It's a Zulu in another clutch. A 1v3. Knows where Poddy is. Can't get Glaive though. Oh dear. I hate to be the guy to call it early, but this is not looking good for Saw in the slightest.
In my mind, this game has already been over a few rounds ago. And it's not so much the scoreline, it's the way that the rounds have been opening.
Yeah.
I mean, we looked at what was a 2v5 somewhat recovery. They get the bomb down on B, there's something to work with. If you are losing every opening pick in the world, and losing it early, it should be added. The majority of the picks that have come through from ENCE have started at what? The minute 35, minute 40 marker? That's too early. That shouldn't be happening.
Fast play out to the outer bomb site again for Story. You'll find Glaive caught off guard, but SDY trades him and he has no teammates trying to charge in with him. They're still sitting out Olaf and T-Con. They back away with utility damage and utility suppression from the ENCE camp. Meanwhile, Brown Horse taken by Cjot and Agil. They move together. Eventually, Azua and Muturis will join them.
Well, Kaspersky's just been flashed forward and into Olaf, and he's seen nothing. So that's forced a double rotation of SDY to get out here on B, and then Poddy can be the third player in at Con.
Naitu hears him, can't get the player on the drop-off. Poddy can get the player at Heaven, though. Agil falling first. Muturis found by SDY, burst fire towards the blue train, and it's Azubu with the kill to return fire. They have B site control. ENCE back off and wait for the regroup here. Naitu still prodding, seeing him out of the open, bit of a whiff spray. Now it turns to his teammate in the backstab, Kaspersky, looking forward. The AWP Poddy to cut them off. Their backs are turned until Kaspersky strikes. And Zulu goes down. Cjot trade transfers to the double, but not the triple. Poddy keeps control for ENCE. The streak keeps running straight through to the half advantage. This is a 7-1 now.
And you're never going to be able to guarantee it when we kind of think about the unknown. I mean, we looked at what was a 2v5 somewhat recovery. They get the bomb down on B, there's something to work with. If you are losing every opening pick in the world, and losing it early, it should be added. The majority of the picks that have come through from ENCE have started at what? The minute 35, minute 40 marker? That's too early. That shouldn't be happening.
Fast play out to the outer bomb site again for Story. You'll find Glaive caught off guard, but SDY trades him and he has no teammates trying to charge in with him. They're still sitting out Olaf and T-Con. They back away with utility damage and utility suppression from the ENCE camp. Meanwhile, Brown Horse taken by Cjot and Agil. They move together. Eventually, Azua and Muturis will join them.
Well, Kaspersky's just been flashed forward and into Olaf, and he's seen nothing. So that's forced a double rotation of SDY to get out here on B, and then Poddy can be the third player in at Con.
Naitu hears him, can't get the player on the drop-off. Poddy can get the player at Heaven, though. Agil falling first. Muturis found by SDY, burst fire towards the blue train, and it's Azubu with the kill to return fire. They have B site control. ENCE back off and wait for the regroup here. Naitu still prodding, seeing him out of the open, bit of a whiff spray. Now it turns to his teammate in the backstab, Kaspersky, looking forward. The AWP Poddy to cut them off. Their backs are turned until Kaspersky strikes. And Zulu goes down. Cjot trade transfers to the double, but not the triple. Poddy keeps control for ENCE. The streak keeps running straight through to the half advantage. This is a 7-1 now.
And you're never going to be able to guarantee it when we kind of think about the unknown. But I am confident, Jay, that after Pro League, if Saw would have entered a few online cups and got reps under their belt and got more officials for CJOT and for Azuru, this team would be more competitive in terms of qualifying to the major.
I'm finding it harder and harder to argue against you now. Look at this from SDY. Right up Ivy. Snuck past T-side players. Heard them running. No backs a turn. Engagement actually does get both of those players. SDY and Glaive go down. Poly's on site to turn it into a 3v3. Player at red might become a concern. All three players are now here for the end side. They try and play fast. The Mac 10 does catch the first key off guard, but Night2 trades. Looks for a responsive second man close range. USP's pulled out, but Story and Agil get their responsives in, and finally Saw can break the streak of ENCE.
Knew about SDY because they body blocked him in that smoke. I want to see it in a gun round. I want to see what they're able to do to put T rounds up on the board in moments like this.
They're going fast out with those rifles, flashes the counter. Kaspersky has no idea of Muter. He's just pushed forward. Glaive tries to engage with the gap. SDY from the other side of Red Train gets the responsive to a 4 versus 4. They ease off, maybe looking at aggression out towards this Brown Hall's position. It's Night2's in missed incendiary. A smoke that comes out to block. Poly watching for the pop entrance. Utility out. Flashbang turned away from Repeak. Sees the utility coming in from the Zulu. Glaive going to call it in, but he's going to leave Poly for dead. Ace site's pretty open for the time being. SDY from behind the Z smoke can't do much, but they're waiting for that backstab to close, and Story checks it at the right moment. So it seems like Saw are going to convert upon a second round here. Second round in the row more specifically. Third to the board overall. Night2 and SDY. Brought from the previous round. Saw, of course, their standard buys. Glaive's on a 5-7 for this one. HG sent initially towards Story. Did SDY spot him? No. CJOT strikes against Night2, finally dealing with his Brown aggression. Kaspersky leans forward, going to burn. Story sees him, and Saw are starting to pick up some pace now.
And this is a little bit more like it. We've seen from that Tech 9 round that a lot more's been gained. CJOT trying to run out of pop. You've got a player on the back bomb train that does get one. They don't know about the other player of Poddy.
Pushed into Olof. Agil may become a concern. Gonna hide away from him, hide behind the boxes there. Utility to drive him away from an aggressive stance, which they're not holding. Smoke on Pop Dog. But he waits for contact. Mollies are sent towards the back of the A bomb. So it's a 4 versus 3. Azuru checks Poly's position. Player at backside is still SDY. Seen one player top of red. Unable to deal with Agil though. Glaive picked up an M4 from his dead teammate. 1v3 for him to hold. And Pop hasn't been checked here by Saw. But surely this is a clutch too far.
Yeah, considering that this was a 7-1 scoreline for ENCE, this is a hell of a recovery.
Yeah.
Glaive is going to attempt his best work at the 1v2. At least he's got util.
Up for the straight flights though. Heard the footsteps. Seen Muterus. Now he's got everything he needs. HE to the corner player at Old Hell. Swinging a hit. Missed him. Missed the mark. So close. Smoke and kit for the bomb. Flashbang sent over. Zone towards Z. Agil tries to react, and Muterus just gets on top of the train.
An awful buy for ENCE for the last. It is going to be a tough one to make 8 happen.
Excellent range. Does get a dink off on Azuru, but Azuru is going to get the straight headshot on SDY. So damage done to Night2 to keep the hurt up on the ENCE side. The SMGs are left on 3 players. Muterus is backed off, hearing those footsteps in T-Con, so they're going to start working their way into B rather, excuse me. Story finds Night2 on Connector. Muterus is watching the backstab where Glaive's about to present. 2 more CTs in from CT spawn. Kaspersky's seen and sprayed up by Agil. Glaive trades one back, finally a response, but maybe too little too late. Actually, SMG fights from range, actually. Agil does get picked up next. Zuru and CJOT are also low. Awkward sprays. Glaive gets a Zuru next up. 2v2. CJOT makes it 1. And now Poly on to strike. He needs that rifle up against Story, but doesn't read him up at heaven. So it's a quick shot to shut him down and take 5. A fantastic recovery for Saw.
Yeah, fair play to Saw. That was a difficult first half from them. They never felt as if they were maintaining control. They were losing a lot of opening fights. They just couldn't adapt to the CT aggression, but one good eco.
Bring them back to this scoreline now. They need 2 to make up to even up the board. A pistol win would certainly do it.
I was talking about Bait J being my #1 team to qualify. Well, they've just beaten 9 Pandas 2-0. You've got the other game, a big Astralis going towards 3 maps. And Agil was hearing a lot of footsteps in towards the Brown Halls, but not towards B, but it's into pop to A.
Smokes in, Story engaging, dishing out some damage in minimal amounts towards SDY. Zuru backed up, quick swing of the Glock, sees two players back there for Saw, trying to draw them into individual fights. Zuru gets that first, but Kaspersky and Night2 able to respond. As mentioned, Kaspersky gets a double, looking with a triple as well against Muteris, and he gets his headshot in. Story gets up close and personal with Poddy. A 1v3 established for him, Goosh down to 4, taken out by Kaspersky. The pole of ENCE secures 4 to claim 8.
I think this is last chance for Saw. I think lose round 16 and you are done. Your dreams of the major are over.
Well, lose round 16, your best case scenario in realistic terms is 12-5 at the comeback. Poddy struck first already. Story just had his book closed. SDY sticking in with multiple. Zuru has no idea of the trouble he's in, but still lands a no-scope shot to protect himself, but barely. Glaive next up to task. Agil catches him, just barely transitioning from looking the wrong way. Night2 walking up heaven. The HGs to read him will dish out significant damage, and Agil turns the round back on its head. A couple of moments worth of relief, and Saw should have this round.
And that's beautiful game sense there for Agil. If there's a walk contact out from ramp, then there's probably another walk contact from heaven. And get that incendiary down, get the HE, and get the pre-aim out. Man, how close that setup was. I think SDY's made the right decision there. When he knows that that orb's been picked up, you want to try and swing it straight away. You could say it's a bit of RNG because it is a no-scope, but it's close range, isn't it, for Zuru? There's not much distance between the two of them.
Kaspersky 1v4, just been seen by Agil. 4 still to make up over ENCE for rebuying all that they can. Look at quick plays out of Glaive through the Molotovs. Damage will be taken. Utris has no idea how close he really is. Jumps into Olaf and Glaive punishes that exchange. Advantage held by ENCE. Glaive backs off.
Just beaten by pace. That's a good opener. And it's restricted.
Seems like it. Money's not exactly great for them. Lost bonus especially. Story will try to look for something. Would have been heard there by SDY. Still find Poddy, and that might turn the things back on their head, although CJOB gives up his life. Story through the smoke gets Night2 next up. Trades of SDY are good. Kaspersky feels pressure over at Zed. Agil starts coming in from Pop to try and relieve some pressure. Flashbangs sent in. Swing to Kaspersky. What a headshot that is. This round may still be on for Saw. It was looking like a save, but now they're going in for it. Glaive is seen. SDY, his rough whereabouts are known. Azulu dinked down, but Agil sprays through. 1 HP for the Brit to save Saw in this matchup still on the defuse with the kit. He's going for it. SDY swings in time, and ENCE continue to hold the round. Saw.
And for Saw, it could very well be just a gamble stack at the late end of the round. When you've got such light util, there's not much that you can bank on.
Siege just started. Polish Civil War right there as Kaspersky falls. Azuru charging up through Ivy. SDY does not know about it. There are players on the center of the A bomb site. 3 coming in from Pop on ENCE's execution. SDY is the only man in trouble right now. Azuru is hunting for as much as he can. SDY turns for the Zuru, wins that fight. It's a 5v3. Saw up by 2 men. Story's looking for more. Zuru takes the AK picked up of his dead opponent and finds Night2 next up. ENCE's best option is to run away and save because they lost the bomb in the open there. But even that might not be a possibility. Muteris in the brown halls, finding his kill. Poddy with a trade. Going out to the AK to hold it into the next, but the CTs are giving chase. I talked about economy from Saw and how this would have been a straight up reset against them for what would be the match point round of ENCE. Instead, it's a counter reset that might give Saw another window back into this series.
Yeah, Poddy should just hold on to the AK until the very last moment and then go back to the AWP. They want to hope that in this B dive, they're not up against very much. Hope that there's no incendiaries or HEs against them. The Story is very defensive, and so is Agil.
Spray up, goes awry for Agil. SDY takes him. Story at the back lines needs to hit some shots, and he gets a beautiful one right there against Kaspersky, but not so much against Night2. He's caught by CJOT instead. Man advantage turned back to the favor of the T side, but SDY makes it a 3v3 with a quick headshot on Azuru, popping through that Z smoke, and now trying to counterflank Story. The other 2 CT start moving. The AWP picked up by Poddy, drops 1, looks for that second, but he misses it. CJOT turns it against him. It's a 2v2 now. Tech-9s are all that's left. SDY close quarters against an AWP. A shot missed by Story gives SDY a chance, and Glaive closes CJOT. A force buy of ENCE may have shut that window, back closed again.
It's a rare miss, and ENCE just start flying out take on with SDY.
Straight up, the first kill comes in from the back line. Zuru can get a deagle shot back. An all-important one to keep a 4 versus 4, but they need so much more than that. Sejok, unknown towards Pop Dog. 92 wasn't expecting him, but he'll get him soon enough. Eagle sneaks through the smoke and trades back the Frenchman. It's a 3-on-3 established. ENCE slow things down.
And not even 30 seconds into the round, and we're talking about 2 casualties on both sides. Very pacey, high tempo. And re-smoke into T-Con is going to limit Kaspersky's options.
He's outside the big green gun. He's the one man in this series that's kept Saw in with some chances. He's going for another backstab as well towards Ivy. Eagle's SMG close. Potty and Glaive on the corner. Get the Tech 9 shots in. Story hugs the forward corner, waiting for entry to come back alongside Azuru, who starts making his way back in towards T-Con. He'll be needed to hold against them because the fence needs to hold. He pushed and they read it. Molotovs, smoke sent, Glaive cut down by Story. Azuru needs to sneak forward. Needs to get Kaspersky right now, and that's what he does. Potty's up. Now picking the SMG, swings on towards Story, gets his kill, but doesn't get a transfer. Azuru keeps Saw in the game. Even then, though, their own weapon sets are weakened. SMGs from Arces, the AWP, of course, held over by Story, the M4 for Azuru. Muterist looking for first contact. Flashes start making their way in quick to the outer box site this time. Tech 9 and Kaspersky. Scene 2. Story, the unknown element here. Lands on 92. Kaspersky trades back. Sejok. Look towards Ola for a secondary pick. Muterist gets Kaspersky. The Tech 9 up close from SDY. Done great work with it alongside Glaive. Azuru trades back. Glaive at least. It's SDY alone. He's lost the bomb, and he hasn't recovered a rifle for his trouble.
Yeah, so he's going to wrap all the way big around, going into spawn, going back towards Con.
Aegon would be the man to watch for it. SMG. On top of the train, Azuru, maybe reply to this peek up. Tap of the Tech does damage, but doesn't get the kill for SDY. So, Saw on 9. It's double eco status for ENCE. They forced to the last. They'll eco for this one. One shot's all he needs. 90 may offer it to him. AK check. Ooh, M4 looks to engage instead. Now he's seeing what's going on. Story on Scrove. Muterist's got to look back towards the ramp, but Kaspersky takes him. Story known about. Backups on the way. A backstab may come in from SDY late. The AWP is still hunting. Seeing the utility out from Glaive. Knows where Kaspersky is. Hoping to lock him back at the cross. The smoke comes down to block vision. He leans forward. Connects on Poddy, but Sejok falls in turn. Close forward against Kaspersky. No scope doesn't connect. It's Azuru once again. A 1 versus 3 gets that first, but doesn't transition to the second or the third. And we will not see another overtime. Instead, the ship has sailed on Saw, eliminated in the MRQ ENCE.